Oh, hi. Let's just wait for a few minutes for the others. Good evening.
Hi, good evening.
Hi. Can you hear me well? I mean, is it okay?
Yeah, it's good.
It's
Pretty good.
good. Okay, thank you. Okay, let me just. Okay, let me just prepare for a bit. Okay, hi guys. Maybe let's see who we have here. Okay, hi everyone. I'm glad that you're all here tonight. Okay, let's start. So we are the member-supported Pure Land Buddhism Center of the Philippines group, and tonight we'll be having our regular Wednesday night read and discuss from the book you see here on the screen. It's called "Something You Forgot Along the Way" by Buddhist author and sensei Kentetsu Takamori. So aside from this Wednesday night sessions, we have others too with different topics. Uh, like my friend Kevin here, he does some talks on other days. Would you like to tell them a bit about those talks, Kevin?
Sure. So we have regular talks on the weekends. I actually do weekend talks about the six good deeds. So this Sunday, we're gonna focus on patience. Patience. So we hope you have time to join this Sunday, and I think Frank is gonna give some talks on law of cause and effect this week as well, right?
Oh
But
yeah.
stay tuned for updates in our Facebook group. So thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, Kevin. So yeah, aside from this Wednesday talks, we have other talks about Buddhism that we regularly do. It's just that sometimes there's no fix what do you call this? Yeah, it's on different frequencies. Okay, so let's start. Tonight we'll be reading the story "He Who Saves Himself Will Be." Who? Oh, sorry. Let me just. Okay, wait. Sorry. Excuse me, guys. My other phone is plugged in. Well, anyway, so I need two volunteers to read. Can I have two volunteers, please?
Hello, can I?
Oh, yeah, sure, please.
Yes, it's Larry.
Hi, Larry. Yeah, thank you.
Okay. He who saves others will be saved himself. The Lion and the Mouse. The lion, king of the jungle, was dozing after a heavy meal. As he stretched out his paw, he seized a tiny mouse. The mouse cried desperately, "Oh, mighty King Lion, please let me go. If you spare me now, I will never forget your kindness. In your moment of need, I'll be sure to repay you." The lion laughed out loud. "I don't believe I'll ever need help from the likes of you," he said. "I'm full now, so I'll spare your life. Now go," he said and roared haughtily. The mouse thanked the lion over and over and left. Moments later, as the lion was roaming the forest, he fell into a large snare. His legs and neck became entangled in the net, and the
Oh, yeah. And I need a second volunteer to read the rest, please.
May I?
Oh, yes, sure.
And the harder he struggled, the more tightly the rope choked him. Soon he was hardly able to breathe. The mouse, whose life he had just spared, heard what was happening and came running to help. "Oh, great king," he said, "I will now save your life." Then he gnawed through the ropes and set the lion free. Things are not to be measured by inches, for even a tiny mouse may help a mighty lion. As we live embraced with kindness, there is no knowing when we receive a great favor. We ourselves must render kindness at all times and spread compassion over all things.
Okay, thank you so much, Isabel. Let me just my okay. So thank you, Larry and Isabel, for reading tonight. I think tonight's story is a pretty familiar one to all of us, if not to most of us, if not all. It starts with the lion who caught a mouse as he was stretching out his paws, and then the mouse pleaded to the lion, "If you spare me now, I will never forget your kindness." And to this, the lion laughed out loud and thought it was absurd that someone like him would ever need help from someone as tiny as a mouse. So, but since the lion wasn't hungry that time, he spared the mouse's life. But moments later, the lion got trapped. Let me see the message. Okay, yeah, regarding earlier. Okay, thank you. So, moments later, the lion got trapped and his legs became entangled in a net. And then the mouse heard what was happening and came to the lion's rescue. So, as we see here, uh, in one part of the story, it says that things are not measured by inches, for even a tiny mouse may help a mighty lion. So, in one word, I would like to ask you guys, in one word, what is the theme of our story tonight? Anyone can answer through chat in Skype or by speaking if you're able. So, what do you think is the theme of our story tonight? Let's see. Okay, that's okay. If you can, let me see if there's in Skype. Okay, so excuse me. So that's okay if you can think of uh any one word of what the story tonight is conveying. But if we're going to really sum up what the lesson the story is trying to convey, it is kindness. And we cannot talk about kindness in Buddhism without talking about the foundation of Buddhism. So I know most of you or some of you have already attended some of our talks. Can anyone tell me who? Oh, sorry about that. Yeah, Larry. Larry said humility. Yes, it's about humility too. That is right because um, the mouse showed humility towards the ferocious lion. Okay, thank you. So, yeah, my question is, can someone tell me what the foundation of Buddhism is, if anyone can remember?
Law of karma, law of cause and effect.
Ah, yes, that is right. Is this Isabel? Is that Isabel, right?
Yes, Ate Len.
Okay, yeah. And let me see this. Okay. Yes, that is right. The foundation of Buddhism is the law of karma or the law of cause and effect. So, uh, we are more familiar with the term karma, right? And we have said before that cause means karma. So karma means action. It's the act of doing, as opposed to what is more popularly known that karma means result. No, it's not. Karma is the action itself. Okay, let's see. Oh, okay, yeah, thank you, Kevin. Anyway, so and the law of cause and effect, or the law of karma, is the very foundation of Buddhism. And under this law, it has three principles. Okay, the three principles of the law of karma is good cause, good effect; bad cause, bad effect; and own cause, own effect. So this means that if we do good things, we will receive good effect or good results later on. The same thing, if we do bad things, we will receive bad results or bad effect later on. But whatever we do, whatever the nature of the action is, it is only us who will receive the effects or the results of our actions. So it's very important to always keep in mind the law of cause and effect and its principles if you want to study deeper about Buddhism, okay? Because this helps us understand better the more advanced topics. And going back to these principles, like I said earlier, effect means, or cause rather, cause means deed, action, or karma. So they are the same meaning. And then effect means a result, a consequence, or a product of your action or your karma. So in our story tonight of the lion and the mouse, we can say that the cause is the lion sparing the mouse's life. Okay, so the lion spared the mouse's life, and the effect of this is the mouse helps the lion when he got ensnared, right? So, excuse me. So this is a good example of good cause, good effect. Since the lion did this good action of sparing the mouse's life, he received a good effect later on, and in effect, he saved his own life too. But what if um, the opposite happened, right? What if what happened is the lion ate the mouse? So this would be the cause. And the effect is that there will be no mouse to help the lion when he got ensnared. So this is an example of a bad cause and a bad effect. And this is because of the action of the lion when he ate the mouse. So the nature of the action is important. Is it a good action or a bad action? Okay. So you have to choose which one do you want, which one do you like. If you choose to do good actions now, then you get good effects later on. But if you choose to do bad actions now, then you get bad effects later on. But as important as the other two, the third principle is important as well, and that is own cause, own effect. Because every action we take, regardless, sorry, because every action we take, regardless if it is good or bad, will always come back to us. That is, we will receive the effects of our own actions. So you have to always ask yourself, which results do you want to receive? Of course, we all want to receive good results. We all want good things to happen to us. For and for that to happen, we must plant good actions, right? However, doing good is easier said than done, right? Where do we start? We're always plagued with this question. Okay, we want to do good, but where do we start? Do we start by donating? Do we start by helping in charity? Do we start? There's a lot to choose from. Okay, let's see. Plant good seeds. Yes, that's right, Larry. We have to plant good seeds now so we could get good effects later on. So there's a lot of good deeds we can do, but in Buddhism, the list of good deeds is condensed into six to make it simpler and easier to remember. And we are in fact advised that we only need to choose one of these six good deeds and choose one that we can really do well. And then eventually you'll find yourself doing the other five. And we call this the six good deeds or the six parameters. Okay, choose to be kind always. That is right. We always have that mind, right? To always choose kindness, but we'll go more about that later on. But it's a good thought to always have. So we have these six parameters or the six good deeds. So it's easier for us, simpler for us to choose which good deeds we want to start with. And here's the list. But we're not really going to talk about them now, all of this, because on Sunday, maybe several Sundays, Kevin will be talking about these good deeds. So we're not going to discuss them all, except for a little bit about kindness, which Kevin already talked about last Sunday. He started with that. But it's not never too late. You can catch up on the next Sundays for more on the topics about this and for a more detailed discussion about the six good deeds. So we will just talk about kindness for now. When we hear about kindness, it's almost as if we know what to do, right? It's almost as if we know what to do with no sweat. But that is until we tried and helped someone with a spice, or that is until we tried and helped someone who is ungrateful, right? It's hard to practice kindness, especially when we cannot receive appreciation from the people we help, or when we can't even hear a simple thank you from those people we help, right? And and because we continue to encounter such ungrateful people, it's becoming harder and harder to extend kindness to them. So, in effect, we miss the opportunity of giving kindness. In our story tonight, just imagine if the mouse didn't stay true to his words and didn't help the lion. The lion would have been furious. And while he's in the net trap, he may think that if ever he get out of the net alive, he will surely hunt the mouse and kill it. Right? So unreciprocated kindness can make us bad and make us feel bad about ourselves. And this is why, again, in Buddhism, we are taught about three things that we should forget when we do kindness for others. So these are the three things that we should forget when doing kindness to for others. Okay. The first one is I did. Forget forget that you did kindness. Just forget that you did it after doing it. Oops. And second is for whom. So forget the person who you make this kindness to, or forget the object of your kindness. Okay, thank you. Oh, sorry. So forget the person or the object of your kindness. And the third one is what I did. Forget the act of kindness that you did. So these are the three things that we have to forget when doing kindness for others. But I want to ask, do you agree with this, guys? Do you agree that we should really forget these three when we do kindness to others? What do you think? You can talk if you like, or if not, you can just type in chat. Yeah. Is there someone who would like to share their opinion on this one? What do you think? Is it, do you agree that we should forget these three things? It takes a great.
Silent.
Oh yeah, go ahead,
Oh,
Gabs.
sorry.
Go
Yeah,
ahead.
I think it's true because based on experience, I think in Tagalog it says nagbibilang ng ginawa, or in Bisaya
Mm,
it's um nag-iihap. So it's like, so these when this happens, anger usually occurs for both parties, because when you're counting what you've done to the person before, it will appear as if you are, you're being, what's this, boastful or
mm.
prideful, that hey, I did this to you, and it stirs up anger. So this is hard to do as well. It's not something that we can easily do overnight, but we can practice it slowly. So yes, I agree.
Okay, thank you for that, Kevin. Is there someone else who would like to? Yes, Isabel, do you want to say something?
Yes, Adeline, I agree
Yeah.
with Kevs. And actually, we should forget what we did for someone because sometimes they did not ask for it.
Mm,
We did it wholeheartedly and voluntarily.
yes, that is right. So it's kind of hard to, it's always in us that we expect something or some appreciation in return. Let's see what Larry says. I think takes a great, it takes a great deal of peace to do these things, but nonetheless I agree with this. Kindness is not per se after all. That is right. And Gwen said in Skype, forgetting is like not keeping track or tabs of helping others, or utang na loob, yeah, or debt of gratitude. So that is right. So it's great that you guys agree with this, because this, forgetting these three things will really help you. And thank you very much for your answers. You got them spot on. We are encouraged to forget these three things so that we do not harbor ill feelings, like we do not criticize and expect. When people do not acknowledge our kindness, we feel bad, and we think bad of that person, right? And we sometimes begin thinking unkind thoughts towards them. And these unkind thoughts will bring us a bad result later. I know that we can be so, what do you call this, fixed on how we can benefit from helping others, or how our good actions will be noticed, appreciated, and acknowledged. But know that it is a much wonderful feeling when we give kindness with no expectations. Let it just be about giving. Let it just be about doing a good deed, right? Do good, extend kindness, no matter how small, and even to those whom we know cannot help us back. Even to those people, we have to extend kindness or offer kindness. Okay, but excuse me, let me just drink. Sorry, thank you. So, but if you are in the receiving end of this kindness, then these three things you should never forget. Do not forget that kindness was given to you, and don't forget who did kind deeds to you. And the third one, don't forget what kind of good action or kindness was done to you. Okay? So when you're giving kindness, forget these three. But when you're receiving kindness, well, remember these three. Don't forget it, because that's your foundation for gratitude. Okay? But that's a whole different topic. Yeah, and Kevin will cover that as he talks about the six good deeds. So, with all this in mind, we can say that kindness is never wasted. And why do we say this? Can someone tell me why is kindness never wasted? Yeah. Why do you think kindness is never wasted? Even if it's not reciprocated, even if it's not acknowledged or appreciated, the fact that you did kindness, it's never a wasted act. Because someone, like, yeah, tell me why is
I
that? Yeah, go ahead. Yes,
I would
Gwen.
say that kindness is never. I would say that kindness is never wasted because it's like planting a good seed. So even though you don't reap it right away, along the way, it will still come back to you.
Yes, that is right, Gwen. Thank you very much. And Katrina said it's a good feeling. Yes, when we do good deeds, it's a good feeling too. And that's one of the immediate effect of doing good deeds. And what Gwen said, kindness is never wasted because it's planting a good deed. And we all know that when we plant good deeds, we'll receive good results later on. So yeah, thank you for that, Gwen. That's pretty exact because we've helped someone. Yes, that's true too, Tala. Um, that's a good mindset to have, to do kindness just because we help someone and not expecting that, okay, I did kindness, but I wanted to be thanked for that, or I want to receive something for that, or to be acknowledged for that. No, right? So this is a good thinking to have, to do kindness because we have to help someone or someone is in need of our kindness. So yeah, thank you for that, Tala. So so even if wasn't acknowledged and reciprocated, kindness is already a good deed planted. So by extending kindness to others, you help yourself secure a good result in the future. And in Buddhism, when you help yourself, by helping others rather, is also helping yourself. In Buddhism, this is what we call jiririta, right? By helping others, we help ourselves. So this is the spirit of jiririta. Um, yeah, but we have talks about that too, but I haven't continued yet. But this is the the main idea of Pure Land Buddhism. Uh, we help others, and in the process, we help ourselves too by helping others. Okay. And since we're on the topic of kindness, I would like to show you a really short clip about kindness and how it spreads and the science of it. Uh, can you tell me? Can you hear? Can you hear it?
Sometimes it's
Were you able to hear it, guys?
Yes, we can.
Okay.
easy to feel like the world's getting
Yes.
harder.
Okay. Good.
But if we look closer, on the news, on the web, on the street, we're anything but unkind. Every day, we hear new stories of people trying to make the world a better place. And together, we can make the world that little bit kinder for all of us. It all starts with just one person, you. The thing about kindness is that it's just about the only thing in the world that doubles when you share it. And it's a fact, backed by science. Studies have shown that if you perform just one random act of kindness a day, you'll not only reduce your stress, anxiety, and depression, but your body is flooded with the same hormones that make you and the person you've helped calmer, healthier, and happier. Serotonin, which heals your wounds, helps you relax and makes you feel good. Endorphins, which reduce pain. And oxytocin, which reduces blood pressure and makes you feel more loving and loved. You'll both be more energized, feel less aches and pains, more confident, and could even live longer. And if other people see you helping someone else, they'll be filled with those same feel-good hormones, meaning they're significantly more likely to pay it forward. Like taking that extra moment to hold the elevator for someone, spotting a coffee for a stranger who's just a few cents short, giving your neighbor a hand with their groceries, even just smiling and meaning it. It doesn't take much, but it can make a huge difference for everyone. Those people you've helped will help other people, and those other people will help even more people. And those random acts of kindness can start a chain reaction that can spread across an entire community, a city, a country, and with enough of us, the world. Now, isn't that the world we all want? And it all starts with one.
Okay. So, yeah, it all starts with one. It all starts with us. So, kindness is about the only thing in the world that, when given away, multiplies and becomes more. Let me see this chat. Oh, yeah, you heard the music. Oh, yeah, the sound. So, yeah, that's it about kindness tonight. So, let's all start planting kindness as much as we can. And please keep safe, everyone, and hope to see you all again in our future talks. Okay, good night.
Good
Thank
night.
you, Len.
Good
Thank you,
Yeah,
night.
Len.
thank you.
Night, guys.
Okay, good
Take
night.
care.
Thank you.
Good night. Okay.